Hola, hola. I thought I'd do another one. About to roll up a nice little doink. Nice little jiggeroony. And I thought, why not? Why not? Come have a little chitsy chat instead of internally talk. And we just let it run, to be honest. I mean, before even getting on some little rabbit hole tangent, genuinely, if you haven't checked in on yourself today, give yourself a little bit of a, even pause, you know what I mean? Check in on yourself. You got everything. You eating? You had good H2O today. You had good rest. You had some fun. Taking the dog out if you got a dog or pets. Taking yourself out. You know, are you good? You good? If not, go take a time. Self-care, self-care. Look after yourself. But, hey, those of you already on, already on it. No flies on you. Alright, sorry. Don't take offense. We'll get cracking. Alright. Let's talk about love. In the sense most people look at love, and that's a counterpart. So your soulmate, your other half, your partner, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever stance, viewpoint, title you want to use. Let's look at it in that sense. Right? Is a question. Why do we act like... Is this really a question? It's a statement question. Why do we act like a broken heart is unfixable? Like, we can't do anything to love again. Like, oh, that's it. Heart in the bin. No point now. What's the point? You know what I mean? I got the toy and then the toy broke. Now what? Well, patch it up. See what you can do to get it working again. Open it up. Take a look what the issues are. And try your best to fix it, little by little. You may not have the tools. You may not have the blueprints or the parts to fix it at that moment. But you may just have something that'll do for now. And that's enough. If you can just slowly fix. How do I put that in nicer words? Like myself. I mean, this is a nice, easy way to put it into words. My experience. You know? Up until... I've always only wanted a end-term relationship. That's the way to simplify my mindset when it comes to relationships. So, from start to finish, I'm pretty sure one or two. I broke up with them because it just wasn't. It was too much. I'm not one to give up very easily, but when I was younger, I had better boundaries than as time went on. As time went on, well, I sort of had the same rules, to be honest, until I changed it for I'll give them another chance. I won't stand my ground of like, if you do it once, they'll do it again, especially if you forgive them. That's a no No-brainer. So you can tell when somebody genuinely made a mistake, but when it comes to treat others how you want to be treated, it goes through everyone's mind. Not fully, like in the moment, like, oh yeah, what if this was me? But it it enough goes through the mind to understand, like, ooh, actually, should I? Should I not? And that just proves whether they care or not. If they care, they won't do anything to you that they don't want done to themselves, especially. But that's not how it works either. It's not like just because they've done it to you, that means you can do it to them. That's just two wrongs don't make a right. No way, Jose. Especially for yourself. Especially for yourself. You're just hurting yourself more and getting involved in petty back and forth. Not love, basically. Ego, competition, and bitterness and lust, really. Not what you're actually wanting. I feel yeah, getting back to it, it's like, so yeah, I let my boundaries go down a bit, and I clung on more than what I would normally cling on. And throughout that period of doing whatever I possibly could, everything, basically my whole life being obsessed with trying to help and trying to escape myself. So any moment I can get help, and then when I'm on my own, just escape. Because I just wasn't whole. I wasn't living a life for me. I see that now. At the time, it's totally, there's too much going on. There's too much chaos. There's too much feeling, too much emotion, too much storm that you don't really realize is you're not really in the storm. You're just observing the storm. I know that may be hard to grasp, but you're in the storm, but you've got a protected bubble around you, and you choose whether to put your hand through it or not. It's like a one-way thing, if you can imagine that. Like, you can put your hand in, but things can't push out. So you choose whether to interact with the storm or not. Do you understand what I'm saying? If it's anger or sorrow are the two main ones. They're the two main ones. On reactive side, love's the same. Love gains, love and kindness and gratitude brings the same. Just the balance, the opposite. You know what I mean? As much as the hate ones can, let's not title them too much, but like more negative, more positive. Yin and yang. Tip the scale one way, it's going to be higher the other. So if you're more sad, a little bit of love means so much more. Whereas if you've already got love, a bit, you know, I'm rambling a bit, but let's get back to the point. It's I've kept because of it. After however many attempts of just trying to find the one, you know, as they say, the one. Well, it's just somebody who viewed it all the same, similarly. Just had a similar-ish outlook, but incredibly unique at the same time and ridiculously different. Because same, boring. In my opinion, our uniqueness is what's incredible. You remember somebody because of who they are, not because of who they perform or what they do, or, you know, yeah, what they do. Your actions define you, 100%. But if I focus on something else too much, then it gets lost. And I don't mind sharing that, because that's just how our brains can go, how easily we can be distracted, you know? 1 minute I'm talking about something very passionate, and then the next I'm like, oh, where's this? What's that? What's going on? And then the train of thought's gone. But it's cool. You just keep running with the waves, and soon you catch another one. And I say, yeah, because I let my boundaries down. I let my walls down. And then I got insided. I got betrayed. That's the easiest one that everybody can. You let your walls down. You open your heart. You open your gates. You open your home. You open your, and then they piss all over the place. You know, have no respect or disregard for your home. And if you let these people stay, causing chaos and ruckus in your life, then what can you expect? Is what I've come to the conclusion. Not to put blame on you, not to, you know, it's the quote for it. You fool me once, shame on you. You fool me twice, I can't get fooled again. You know, something along those lines. I hope you're catching what I'm throwing. But it's very, yes, because you let down your walls and then you're attacked from the inside, you then boom, 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 you build more defense, build bigger walls, thicker walls, stronger walls, with more spikes and more defenses and more scare tactics. Not to be like, oh, you're trying to scare people, but to intimidate them enough to not question you, to not press you enough, to like, these are, you know, on guard, on defensive. And the unfortunate, no, the bit about that is it keeps you trapped from experiencing new love, new joy, new experiences, new mistakes. Stops you from experiencing new. Keeps you trapped, keeps you stuck, keeps you in survival mode, independence mode, broken mode, because you just don't see the hope of ever being able to have that yet. All you have to do is just do what you did before, and that was be a fool. Be a fool, but now as time's gone on, you're a wiser fool. You've made some foolish mistakes that you've become wiser from, and because of that, you won't make the same foolish mistakes. And because of that, there should likely be a lot less of the hurtful mistakes. Because one, you learn how to deal with it better. Two, like you internally, like physically and emotionally and mentally, you learn how to deal with it better, or not be as affected. Two, you learn how to go about situations differently. You know, how to approach, enter, what to say, what not to say. Not like a script, but okay, when I said this thing, or this thing like this, or how I said it, the way I said it, the way it come across. The self-reflection side of things, like, oh, where could I have improved to make that a little bit more chill? Getting out of the the blame mindset of it's their fault if they didn't do this, or if they did that, or if they acted like this. It's just like, okay, what can you change? You can't change them. You can't control anyone or anything other than yourself. So, what would you do differently? And when you do that, you just become a wiser fool. So as long as you stay in that position of a wise fool, you're only going to make less and less mistakes, leading to less and less what you're trying to avoid by putting the walls up in the first place. You know? There's so many people that have had these walls up for a ridiculous amount longer, but for myself, I'd say about 3 or 4 years, I've been quite walled. And now, no thank you. No thank you. What a boring life in my experience. Life is just so incredibly dull without love. It really is. You get a little bit of love and it just sparks you clean. You know, if you don't have it, then it just ends up becoming, you know, if you, like that. And life is not. Life is chill. Life's about living, not clacking. And when you're busy clacking, you can't. I feel like I'm forcing something now, so I'll leave it at that. Until the next one, adios, amigos.